What's up, guys? It's Bax, and I've actually been thinking about this for a little bit. I talked about it a little bit on stream the last time I streamed, um, but I've been kind of thinking about this for a while. I've been thinking about getting a new main, and there's a reason for it, right? A few reasons, actually. Um, you know, I love Caustic, man. I've been maining him since Season 0, and I was playing with my boy Mike. You guys know Mike, and you guys definitely know Tex. And we were playing back in Season 0, and I will never forget it, man. The first time, let me get comfortable real quick. The first time I ever played, while we gather around the Apex fire and listen to Max's telling of a story of his Apex journey. So, I remember I was playing. I looked at the characters. You know, this is back if the OGs remember what Season 0, what the menu looked like, right? And I remember I was looking at all the legends. We were looking at all the abilities, trying to figure out what was good. And I remember looking at Caustic. I hadn't unlocked him yet. Same with Mirage. And I was just like, I read his abilities out loud, and I was like, this dude is fucking garbage. Why would you ever play this character? And then I unlocked him, and I unlocked Mirage because, eventually you just got the tokens and you can unlock them. So why not? Yeah, And I remember playing him, and you had no fortification. The traps did basically healed the enemies. That's how little damage that it did. And you just blinded your team half the time. And this was when I was a wee lad. I didn't really know how to play Caustic that well, so I didn't know about cocooning. I didn't know about strategy. I didn't know about anything, and I was still bad at the game. But I told Tex and Mike, I was like, I kept playing him, and going into Season 1, that's when I got world first to 1,000 kills on Caustic on PC for Season 1. And I remember, distinctly in Season 0 telling Mike and Tex, we lost some games, and Tex was just like, bro, please play someone better. Caustic is so bad. And I was just like, dude, I'm literally going to be one of the best Caustics in the world one day. So leave me be. All right? And it seemed like a joke then, but even then I was like, I'm going to do this. And I think since then I've proven my prowess on Caustic. I've seen, I've played through him in all iterations of Caustic. And I love his playstyle. I'm still my playstyle has been molded by playing Caustic, especially before fortification. There's still glimpses of it you can see in my playstyle. How I play. I'm not very rushy. I play with some people really good. Wraith mains, for example. Reap, 777 Zachary. Just to name a couple. And they're really fast. Like, they just run. They're constantly running. And I do understand that that's what you have to do to get high kill games in pubs. And I understand that, obviously, right? But there is still that little bit in me where I'm hesitant to just run around because of how much I've played Caustic and how much that used to just get you killed. Because you were gigantic and you had no fortification, so people just would slaughter you. And I wasn't really that great, so I had to rely on my aim, and I had to rely on just out aiming everybody. And I remember that learning curve of really learning how to strafe and really learning how to maneuver. And there was a lot of I can look back and think about what I felt like as I learned how to get better at the game, like as my skill curve went up. And just to rein the topic back into Caustic specifically in my main, I played Caustic because, when I play games, I always play the meta. I always play what's best. And that's what I did, to push Predator, because that's what you had to do. Or you didn't, I guess, quote unquote, didn't have to. But if you didn't want to just make it absolutely miserable, and a lot of people wouldn't play with me because I wanted to play Caustic in ranked, so I couldn't play Caustic. And also, I did understand that it was just kind of throwing back then, especially on PC. But, playing as the weakest legend, I argued Caustic at one point, especially like Season 0, Season 1, he was the weakest legend in the game. And that's why it kind of confuses me now that he's so strong that Respawn is saying, like, oh, we need to fix him. Like, no. You've made him so easy to play, man. Back then, I felt cool, When people would see me picking Caustic and they're just like, You know, people that I was playing with, like sitting in Discord, they were always like, "What are you doing? Like, why you're caustic?" And this is just for pubs, right? And then I'm like, "I'm a caustic main," and they think I'm kidding, right? They think I'm just trolling them. And then it gets in, and I have like 5,000 kills, 4,000 kills, whatever I had at the time. And then like cocooning in front of people that I was playing with, and just seeing their mind just like just blowing up. They were like, "What? What did you just do?" I wish I had recorded a lot of those people's reactions. They're lost now in the ether. But I wish I had made a video of that because it happened all the time. People were like, "What? What did you just do? Wait." And then I would just clutch. And it felt so good. It felt so good being good at a legend that everyone thought was bad. And I think, I've done the bleeding edge, ranking, and I'm kind of bored of it because I don't really like how Masters and Top 500 Predator works. Like, that's just not for me, I don't want to constantly be having to chase RP. But, I really liked Caustic's playstyle, and I do not like how they've made the gas, and I will say that what he got, I'll always argue what he just got was a buff recently, even though people can, see in your gas now. You do more damage, so it was still a buff in my opinion. But if I could revert things, I would add more damage to the gas, and I would remove how teammates and enemies are blind. I would make them blinded again. I would make them all slowed again, even your teammates, because that made a good caustic. A good caustic was a caustic that knew how to play around his team. And you see a lot of people now playing caustic kind of because he's the flavor of the month legend. People think like we got to have a caustic. And even these top level players that I would even argue most of them are better than me mechanically and aiming, right? But they're not better than me at caustic. And some of them, I would say some of them are, right? Again, I'm not so conceited that I think I'm the best player in the world. But a lot of them don't know the very, very nitty-gritty things about caustic. And that is in part of because of Respawn making him so accessible to play. And that's okay. It's okay for some legends not to be so easy to play, man. A skill gap is cool, Have some legends that are easier for newer people, and then towards the top end, give people something to work on. I think a lot of people liked playing Caustic because they like being that like odd man out. Like, I'm gonna be good at this character that's not that good, or like I don't want to just play Wraith, or I don't want to just play Pathfinder and all the top legends. I want to play something else, and that's where I fell in, And they've made him so easy to play. I just got bored. I think you guys have seen that in the it's been months now, man. It's been months, probably like season 5 really when they started doing this. And seeing all these other people playing Caustic, it wasn't as much of a niche anymore for me to be playing Caustic. Sure, I used to be able to cocoon, and then they removed that. You still can, but it's not as consistent because the traps get shot out the moment you throw them. And, I missed that. I was watching some videos of gameplay from, a long time ago, and it was, it was cool. It was fun. And the traps just getting shot out in one bullet now. You can't make any like middle of the fight plays as much anymore that are flashy. And you can't really like I don't feel like there's any tech I'm using with Caustic now that like really sets me far up and above everybody else, When I used cocooning was an exploit, and I'm not gonna pretend like that makes me better, but it felt good. It felt good to cocoon on people and just watch them panic shooting at you like, he's in there, what do we do? Like, literally, I have a clip of some of the best players in the world getting pissed at me because they can't kill me, and I'm just pissing them off. That was hilarious. I live for that shit. And ever since they just made him easier to play, I lost joy in him. So, I don't want to just ramble too much about it, but, I know this channel and my stream kind of is based off of Caustic, and I don't think I'd ever quit playing him forever. Because I don't want, I don't want to lose my audience. And I do know that there's a good amount of you guys that come, for me at this point and not for just Caustic only, and I appreciate that. But even looking at my videos, the Caustic videos always get more views because, one, that's what I'm known for, and two, the algorithm, I guess, just picks up on those. And that's fine. But I think I'm going to go back to my roots, and I think I'm just going to keep playing whatever the weakest legend is. I'm going to main that. So like the opposite of flavor of the month legend, I want to main the weakest legends and make guides on them. and play them. And maybe then I'll actually like playing ranked again if I can find people that are cool with me playing an off meta legend. You know, that aren't too worried about ranking. They just want to get better or something. I don't know. It's hard to do that though, because it's hard to be like, hey, we're gonna lose a lot because I am not going to be a good legend. Are you cool with losing RP? I get that, man. I get why people don't want that to happen. And I'm not good enough to just like full carry a team in pred lobbies, you know? I'm not even good enough to just like, I have to play my part. And if my legend is god awful, it's gonna be hard. And I understand that. But I'm okay with that because it would be content, it would be fun. But a lot of people, you know, I wouldn't want to tank their RP because I'm playing a different legend. But I think right now, you know, at least for right now, the legend that I am looking at to main is Loba. I think Loba is probably one of the weakest legends in the game. She brings stuff to the table as a team, but her Q is pretty underwhelming. Her ultimate is definitely her second best trait. Obviously, her best trait is that dog truck, boy. I mean, like, and that's the thing is, if I go to Loba, I'm still gonna be part of the fit gang. You feel me? Because, damn, she's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, you know? So, I think Loba's gonna be my new main moving forward. We'll still be thick gang up here. And I'm just excited to go back to playing what is weak and being good at something that is weak. And it's actually kind of making me excited to play Apex, which I've lost a lot in a lot of ways. Again, I'm not gonna quit Caustic. I still got to get 10,000 kills on him. A lot of people in the comments always, you know, dude, did you know you're not the top Caustic because the top Caustic has this many kills, dude? Like, okay, you know, so be it. If they think that that's what makes a good player, that's fine. But I want to go to Loba, I think, and you know, main her for a bit. So I hope you guys stick around. I'm gonna make guides for gameplay, and you guys know I'll still be playing some Caustic, man. I'll hop on the boy every once in a while. I can't just never play Caustic again, you know? I love the character too damn much. He's got the best skins in the damn game. He's got one of the best heirlooms in the game. He's got the best personality in the game, in my opinion. He's my favorite legend still. And, you know, I'm excited to play a little bit of the dumpy, but I'm never gonna forget Caustic and what he brought to me and how much fun I had playing him. But as of right now, unless Respawn did like a rework on him to make him new and fresh, he's just not. I couldn't grind him, you know, anymore. It's just. On a side note, quick little edit after the fact. Another thing that sucks about playing Caustic, especially as like a content creator, is that you kind of. I guess really, no matter who you play, you'll get this. So I don't think I'm singled out for this or anything, but there's just a hatred towards Caustic in the community. And as a streamer, you know, so I'm trying to grow my stream. I'm starting to think like, you know, maybe this is hurting me more than it's helping me at this point. Because there are people who will just inherently hate me because I main Caustic. Which I think is dumb anyway. Like, I'm not going to hate a content creator because they play Wraith, you know? But I know there's a lot of people like that. And I know there's a lot of people who might have followed me, but then they didn't because I was playing Caustic. And I would like to be able to say, oh, I don't want them following me anyway. But at some point, you got to be able to grow, you know? And if overwhelmingly the community just hates this legend more than... A lot of people might hate Wraith, but a lot of people love her too. So, I feel like there's more of a balance with that. But I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Just, even at the start of Season 7, I was like, I'm going to go for World First Caustic 1,000 kills. And literally, I got 100 kills. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is boring. So, I think I'm going to go with Loba. If you stuck around to the end, let me know. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should go with Loba, or you think someone else is a weaker legend that I should start grinding on a little bit? You know, I'm really excited though, man. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys stick around because we got a lot of content. We got a lot of stuff coming out this year, and I'm excited for it, man. But I hope you guys have a good one wherever you are. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in right now. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'm out.